Love music, love life, love movies, and a little bit of the film brouhaha and Nollywood higi-haga going on in the studio right here. It's Film Focus on Smooth 98.1. The time is now 45 minutes past 11 o'clock, and we have been talking about what's going on in Nollywood industry as touching the quality that we consistently put out there, and mentioning some of the big names and holding them accountable, which is something that Oris and Irabo have never failed to do, and we appreciate them. But please remember, every opinion stated here are solely the opinions of Irabo Okosun, Oris, and in this case, Akintunde Damilare. Not that
I love it.
They in no way represents Smooth FM.
Like, please, we should just.
All right, so.
Hey, wow.
No. Because we need to maintain individual identity.
Absolutely, I can't imagine that. Anyway.
All right, so Damilare, tell us some of the things that you have, some discoveries that maybe left your jaw on the table during your tabletop conversations with some of the Nollywood insiders.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sho, and good afternoon or good morning again to Lagos. So, 2 months ago, we invited some of the top filmmakers, storytellers, showrunners, and directors, and even critics as well, to our table talk where I was host, and we were talking about the state of the industry in 2025. And you know, the way the table talk work is we have 5 pillars in which we asked our guests to review the industry on. So there's on the table there was 0 to 5 cards, and we talked about talent capacity development. We talked about infrastructure. We talked about exhibition and distribution. We talked about funding and financing, and then we talked about institutional and government support. And based off those 5 pillars, right, we really uncovered some interesting insights about the state of the industry. Number 1, we realized that risk appetite for investors are currently low because of streamers exiting the business, where we've had commissioning and licensing titles drastically reduced, which means that demand generation is currently low. And of course, filmmakers still want to tell stories, right? But the number of buyers on the table right now is not really appealing right now. Also, we have one of our top filmmakers on the program. His name is Bibi Sashare, Bread of Life. Stunning film. Oris, tell me you agree.
Breath of Life. So let me say that I know the film too.
And Bibi says he's no longer directing anymore. That he just wants to, produce and look for the next big talent that will come out of the Nigerian film industry and take them to the global stage. Because I think his company is now financing a $2 million picture, and they are trying to get distributors from the
Oyibo land.
Obodo
Oyinbo. And it's an interesting strategy of they want to take a Nigerian Uber driver maybe in Canada or in Toronto and set a picture from there. So you have a context of Nigerian, but the film is set in the proper world, or maybe it's in Canada, or it's in Italy, or it's in Peru, and all of that jazz. And I think
this is the strategy they want to adopt for like the story itself.
Not necessarily the story, but how do you take a diasporan audience and put them in a proper big picture that would appeal to global audiences? So there's context, there's nuance as a Nigerian, but the story itself
is set up there.
Exactly. It's set up there. And I think that's like pretty interesting. We also have Omo Midada, who's also starting a production studio. She's now
Interesting.
She's one of the biggest box office draws from last year and this year as well. Yeah, she is. Omo. And then
Anyway, please go.
Oris is going to interrupt me.
I'm sorry. I won't.
And for every interruption, a punch.
And she's saying she wants to tell local heritage stories, indigenous stories, and she also wants more control as an actor and actress in the business of the entertainment business industry. We also talked to the power couple, Daniel and Toyosim Effiong. Daniel, who is now stepping into the director's boots, and he gave the industry a 3/5 in terms of talent and capacity development, where we do have the talent, right? But it's just that how do we utilize this talent to the best of abilities is what's still a little bit shaky. Toyosi gave the industry a 1 in terms of financing, that yes, there's finance, right, but it's not getting to the right people at the right time.
I'm interested in that one.
And the context basically she was providing. If you watch, I think that's episode 2. If I'm not
This is
mistaken.
on you.
On
YouTube,
YouTube,
yes.
yeah, it's on YouTube. And basically, she was saying that there's finance for entertainment, right? There's money on the table, but the money is not going to the right people. And she has seen it over and over again, where she's in rooms where you see somebody who's well packaged, has a deck, looks well polished, and speaks the good words, and gets in there, make the deal, and take the bag. As opposed to somebody who's just a filmmaker who doesn't even understand finance structure, who doesn't even understand the rainfall shower or rainfall tap. Where if a film makes money, who gets the profit first, and who's the first person to get the profit, and who's the last person to get the profit. Like
Damilare, please let me butt in. In terms of the finance,
right.
give me more details about the financiers. Private individuals, corporations, organizations, government.
Right. So the way it works is right now there are majorly private investors who maybe they have a certain number of cash in the bank and they feel like, oh, entertainment is something I've been wanting to do, or maybe Nollywood is something I've been wanting to do, right? But because they don't understand, if I put my money in year 2025, when am I going to get my money back immediately the next year? Absolutely not. Am I going to get my money back in 5 years? Maybe. Again, back to the distribution model, we've still not really hacked in how you put a film product, make a film, and how does it make money. We've really not cracked it yet. So there are financiers, of course. There are investors like Chapel Hill Denham, private investors, and NBC I think is also in the game as well. And then of course
MBO.
MBO, I beg your pardon, MBO, and then even the guys that made a good deal from the Black Book, Anako.
Yeah.
No, it's not even Anako, but like
No.
The guys who are behind the long list of
the
tech
long list
people.
of tech people. I think they got their money back, and those are the type of individuals who have the money, and they are always they really don't know how to put that money back into films.
What are
to
the
make
insights?
money.
Is that the end of the insights? Or is
So
there any other insights?
we also have JJC Skills, as well as Femi Ogunsowo and Bolaji Ogumola. So Bolaji made a film earlier in the year called Summer Rain, and it was very shocking how the sort of like quote unquote the people at the cinema, the exhibitors, so people that own cinema houses, they're called exhibitors, the way they treated her film, because they felt the film wasn't star-studded enough, and they didn't give it enough showtimes, they didn't give it enough attention.
This is a
At
normal
proper,
problem all the
proper
time.
listen. And then of course she also talked about her friend's film, Adenike. They had a Netflix deal which was U-turned, and it didn't, the film didn't make.
I didn't care who's that.
Adenike, that's Olori Esho now. She made a film. I'm trying to remember the film now. It was the Netflix branding had already been there. Already showing on Netflix platform, and then the deal was rescinded, and now the film is now showing on YouTube. And they talked about how tough that was. And then we have JJC Skills, who interesting, ex-husband of Fuki Akindele, now in his director producing
Hakim, right?
Yes,
Hakim
Seeking Justice.
Oh, okay.
Action picture with Demi Okola. And he was talking about again financing and distribution and exhibition, and how he had to almost wear every hat by himself. Majorly the picture was funded by him, and of course it was an action picture, which again we haven't really cracked action pictures for.
We've not cracked a
I'm
lot.
happy you can admit this one. Finally.
And
Finally, he can say this.
He was saying, so his process was interesting when he was sharing on the table talk, that he actually shot the film with no stars. So the stars watched the film, and then they now made the original picture. So they shot the film with like, is it body doubles or what do you guys standings?
Yeah.
And they saw, okay, this is the move, this is the stunt, this is before it now. So they shot the picture twice. And I think I find that very, very interesting.
Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, like you said, we haven't figured out spectacle. Actually, we haven't figured out. We haven't figured it out at the cinemas. It's unfortunate.
And then finally, we had Femi Ogunsowo, who's the showrunner for Multi Choice, and he was talking about how he made his first picture, I think 10 years ago, with Dario Lighton. By the way, where's Dario Lighton? I don't know where he is.
Good question. He had that thing with Kari Kasson, but I'm not sure what's happening now.
We'll come back to that. But you know, it was just talking about how the same challenges he faced 10 years ago at the big screen is
Still
the
there.
same thing that
Still
he's
there.
facing, that other like his fellow co-producers are facing.
Ojukokoro, right? That was his first film.
Ojukokoro,
Yeah.
that's correct. So, and of course, he talked about those new shows, which I think is currently now showing on Africa for Magic, Low Priest, as well as some interesting titles and all of this. So yeah, pretty interesting
And
stuff.
we can find this on YouTube.
Absolutely, you can go on there, find it on YouTube, and watch it. Episode 1 to 4 is currently showing on YouTube. We have, I think, 7 more episodes, and it's going to be interesting, right?
What's the YouTube channel?
Shock Africa.
Okay, now have you gotten? Well, it's obvious, but again, to be double sure, have you gotten the part where you talked about the politics in Nollywood? I'm interested. in
Right. So again, I think you have to watch the show to really find out, because I don't want to misquote
Okay.
in terms of how. So we also have, my God, we had James Omokwe. James Omokwe is director of Osamide, who's making his big screen comeback. And I asked him, James,
Comeback. Was he there before?
yeah, he made it. He had a box office picture that I think they made just $1 million naira at the box office.
What year was this? Do you remember? the year?
I
Oh, okay. Anyway, I'll find it.
I don't want to misquote.
No, that's
Don't
fine, that's
listen
fine.
to Oris. Just
No.
stick
I'm
to what
just
you
saying.
want to say.
I know James Omoka. I know everybody is mentioned, so just like okay. I know what the film.
This is his box office comeback, Osamide, coming out in cinemas. I think October 17th or 14th, and I'm super excited to see how that went, because they also went in an interesting choice of distributor, which is now led by Moses Babatokwe, and they didn't go with the popular guys.
Or they went with Nile.
Yeah, they went with Nile. So that's also another interesting context of distribution play. But yeah, super excited for you guys to watch the show. We had 25 guests in total, and 11 episodes. 1 to 4 is currently showing on Shock Africa on YouTube, and we are releasing more episodes as the week goes by.
Gentlemen, I wish we could continue this conversation, but let me allow Rabosi any little thing on his mind.
No. Me, I was just laughing. The banter between Oris and Damus Diary. I mean, it just gives me small vacation time to watch and laugh. No, but really, we keep talking about the landscape of Nollywood. We just mentioned Funke and Co. Even in the area of covering Nollywood, I mean, I'm happy that Shock is around. I'm happy that Nollywire, what kept me up, film Mexico, everybody, like, it's needed, Film Focus, because in as much as these guys are doing these films, people need to know about it. People need to be aware of these platforms. People need to know what is happening, the funding and everything. So, I look forward to watching more episodes. There are a few people in this industry that, when I hear them do something, I'll be interested. So Damilare is one of them. Oris, of course, is one of them. Presley and some other guys, Dami Dawson and the rest. So I'm happy about everything that's going on in Nollywood. We should just keep, being civil. And all these guys that we're talking about, they too should just understand that we come from a place of love. That's it, really.
Distinguished, it's been good having you. Thank you very much for the engagement and the back and forth. We are grateful. As we wrap it up, final recommendations. What should Nigerians watch? And please, nobody should mention Hollywood today. Or is that particularly directed to you?
What's Thin Line? Thin Line is a decent film. Uche Montana, she really deserved her AMVC nomination for Thin Line.
Ew. Okay. I do not agree, but I'll say, what should you watch?
Nollywood, because you came in with all Hollywood's recommendations. Stick to Nollywood.
What is the new project?
Second gift.
No, so it's still at the cinemas. My Father's Shadow. Please see My Father's Shadow at the cinemas. It's still there. It was our very first film to show up in the official competition at Cannes. So please see My Father's Shadow.
Interesting. Also, Oscar's nomination. We didn't talk about that part.
Yeah, you just took my thought.
Come next week. But that's a big that's a big subject. That's a big subject.
It is a big subject.
Sorry, I need to say
Sad.
something because you brought this up. Okay, sorry, my network is
Seconds.
so I don't know if I can talk or anything.
Second.
I
Okay,
want to
sorry.
do my recommendations too. But go ahead.
Damilare, Oris, the reason we're talking about quality is for this Oscar thing. Like, we don't even have something to put forward.
Was enough.
That's where I'm even coming from. Like, we don't have anything.
But
All
of
right.
course, it makes money.
No,
so
I
is fine.
think I'll come back for another episode to talk about that, because that's technical stuff. But recommendations, there are a lot of good African magic shows that are coming up. Low Priest, Mother of the Bride, really great stuff. I think that's where our real Nollywood storytelling is really even showing up, where they have a proper writer.
Oh yes.
On the Orange app, by the way.
On the what's Orange app? I'm so sorry, I'm using this. But please, Mother of the Bride, Low Priest. There's even a dance film by Unlimited LA, one of our top music directors. Rise Again. It's coming out.
Okay, it's coming
Coming out soon. You guys should please go to Africa. Go to I don't want to promote myself, but we have October titles coming out. You guys should go ahead and check it on shockng.com. Just watch it. That's where good stuff really is. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
and now for the social media handles. Are you on social media?
Yes, so you can follow, first of all, follow ShockNG for anything.
So much for not promoting yourself.
If you really want to get the business of Nollywood and understand where the business is really at, follow ShockNG. My personal handle, which is new, is Damilare POV, and I think that's it. And Shock Africa. That's it. I think that's it.
Aris?
Yeah, and as I always say, catch me online, not on the street.
Catch him on
And
the
it's-
street, drag his
and
shirts.
and it's Catch Oris, CATCHORIS on Twitter.
How are you doing with your followers, Irabo?
I'm not even dealing with social media again.
Are you
I'm
back?
tired of all this. I came back. They took one day. I came back again. I'm tired. I beg.
Don't give up, my brother.
Hashtag
I'm
Zuckerberg
tired.
sucks.
Irabo goes to 100. That's how I keep it.
All right, thank you so much for your time this morning, now afternoon. Next week we'll return on Film Focus from 11 till 12, right here on Smooth 98.1. But you know the Casbah is on, and we need to enjoy our golden oldies on the Casbah, so please join